Beautiful Chattanooga, Tennessee is the backdrop tonight for two teams looking to build momentum as we move into the second half of the season with the race for playoff spots heating up. It's Chattanooga Red Wolves and Northern Colorado Hailstorm. It's USL League One soccer here on ESPN Plus, presented by Transcard. I'm Donnie Barnes. These League One standings are getting quite interesting. Both these teams have had very up and down seasons. Every point's going to matter as they battle for spots in that playoff top six. Both are coming off wins last weekend. They're both hoping for a second successive win here tonight. For Chattanooga, Rafael Menzingen has been a standout recently. He's a guy who can create a goal out of absolutely nothing. That's exactly what he did earlier this season against Charlotte Independence with that beautiful lob from way outside the box. And then last week, receiving this ball far out on the left wing and cutting himself all the way inside before slotting beautifully into that bottom right corner. What a finish that was. Part of a 2-1 victory for Chattanooga over NCFC, snapping a 3-match losing streak. Big goal at a big time. That's what you need from guys like that this time of the year. Meanwhile, for Northern Colorado, Marky Hernandez starting to get going lately. He had this beautiful goal last month against Central Valley Fuego, and the celebration to match. Couple goals and 3 assists. His second goal came just last week, part of a 3-1 victory as it little rebound off the post, and Marky Hernandez looked at the linesman. He was just onside, and that celebration becoming his trademark. Northern Colorado hoping to see that again here tonight. It's a muggy Saturday evening. The feels like temperature hovering right around 100 degrees. Which of these sides will be hot at the end of the night? Your starting 11s and your kickoff next.
What's the latest buzz? It's Ford's fresh lineup of SUVs. Get great offers on the vehicles people are talking about, like Ford Escape, an SUV that drives like a car, Bronco Sport, where the terrain never intimidates, and Ford Explorer, the all-time best-selling SUV. Need we say more? Don't wait. Find out what all the buzz is about at your local Ford dealer. For the latest offers on Ford SUVs or to build and order your select Ford, visit your local Ford dealer today.
I get asked by my friends back home all the time, why did you move to Chattanooga? Affordability? Check. An amazing outdoors? Yep. Fantastic food? Check. But there's one box that not even Silicon Valley can check. EPB's gig. Thanks to fiber-fast internet with upload speeds that no one else can touch, moving to Gig City was a no-brainer. I look back on my journey with gratitude, and I look forward to a life of smooth streaming and free street parking on Sundays. Yeah.
Good times, bad times, and everything in between. Your primary care doctor is with you all the way.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow!
Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Welcome back to CHI Memorial Stadium, home of the Chattanooga Red Wolves, as we get set for Chattanooga and Northern Colorado here tonight. Let's look at the season series between these two teams. It's been an entertaining one thus far. They've played twice. They've split them both. Chattanooga prevailing in the opening match 4-1, but the last time they met just a few weeks ago, it was a 2-1 victory for Northern Colorado in Northern Colorado. Kenny Robles with a wonderful curled opener just outside the box. It was 2-0 at halftime. Chattanooga got back into it early in the second half, but it wouldn't quite be enough as they couldn't find an equalizer. Back in May, it was a perfect start, nearly, for Northern Colorado as they took a 1-0 advantage on that goal by Stefan Lukic. But then it was all Chattanooga from there. They beat Northern Colorado up on set pieces. A couple goals in that match from David Teixeira, who's missed time with injury since. It would be a 4-1 victory for the Red Wolves. So both teams have won their home matches. This is the rubber match here tonight. Meanwhile, Jimmy Obleda is not managing Chattanooga this weekend and for the foreseeable future. USL provisionally suspending Chattanooga head coach Jimmy Obleda pending investigation. And ongoing USL investigation into allegations of misconduct brought forth via the USL Players Association. And of course, as they say, no further determinations or decisions or public comments will be made until the completion of the investigation. So that's the status for Chattanooga in the coaching dugout here tonight. Meanwhile, let's look at our starting 11s tonight. They are brought to you by Star Community Builders, and for the home side, just one change from their victory last weekend over NCFC as Ray Ortiz comes in for Mo Espinoza. They go with that familiar 3-5-2 with Walefe at the heart of that midfield. And they do have that return of Daniel Navarro on their back three. He really changes everything for them, just his second appearance for them of the season. Northern Colorado, meanwhile, they have 4 changes from their starting 11 in that win last weekend over Charlotte Independence, a couple of them due to suspension. Due to yellow cards, there was a red card to their keeper, Thomas Olsen, last weekend. That's why Johan Peñaranda, who had to come into that match last week and did well, he's in the starting lineup tonight between the sticks. Owen Dahm, Lachlan McLean, Danny Robles, and Peñaranda all in the starting 11 today when they were not last week. There's Jimmy Weekly. He is the acting manager tonight for Chattanooga Red Wolves in the absence of Jimmy Obleda. You see Northern Colorado, they'll wear their white kits tonight. They will be kicking from left to right in this opening half. Chattanooga Red Wolves in their red tops and bottoms, moving from right to left. Chattanooga will get us underway this evening. Our referee tonight is John Motto. Here we go. Can one of these sides win a second in a row and move themselves up in that playoff race? Two teams right on that bubble as we start proceedings tonight. Second half of this USL League One season. Every game so critical now. See the records and points totals for both these teams. Both on 20 points. Chattanooga owning the tiebreaker because of more victories thus far. Still 14 matches to play for both these teams starting this evening. There you see Ayman Zayed, head coach of the first-year franchise Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Zayed's done a wonderful job keeping them in the playoff hunt so far this year, and they surge forward on the attack. And it's a ball on the right to Jerry Dedew. And the shot is deflected wide and is blocked by Nicholas Cardona. It was a crucial block as well. Good early attacking impetus from the visitors. Feels like temperature around 100 degrees at kickoff tonight. See if that weighs on either of these sides as we get deeper into the game. Heavily contested headers on the edge of the box. Chattanooga winning that battle, and they surge forward now, but ball forward intended for Juan Galindrez, intercepted. Galindrez red hot lately. He leads the Red Wolves with 8 goals on the year. Good cross toward the back post. Comes all the way through, and then it was squared toward the penalty spot and just took a deflection. Crucial deflection off a defender. We could reach Lachlan McLean. Northern Colorado looking very dangerous in their early attacks. Carlos Aviles back between the sticks again for Chattanooga tonight. It's getting better and better as the season has gone on, as coaching staff feels. There's Daniel Navarro. He's with such skill and calmness in that defense. Free kick for Chattanooga. As Galindrez taken down by Danny Robles. Let's see that last cross a moment ago. See that little deflection. It was Timmy Mayle who got his toe on it. Otherwise, it could very well have been 1-0. Close calls for that Chattanooga defense in the first 2 minutes. Now a great ball forward. It's Galindrez. Galindrez in. And a great foot save. Johan Peñaranda, who made a crucial save after coming off the bench midway through the second half last week, and an equally vital save early in this one. Another cross intended for Galindres. This one cut out, comes toward the edge of the box. Attack still alive for Chattanooga. Great switch of play with the feet by Rafael Minzigan, and he wins a free kick just outside the box. Now Chattanooga's turn to surge forward and create danger. Let's see that Galindres chance again. Guy in the kind of form he's been in lately. You would have backed him to finish that. What a good stop by Peñaranda, sticking out that right leg. If you haven't seen Peñaranda's save last week, that kept it 3-1 in favor of Northern Colorado. When Charlotte Independence was mounting a second half comeback, it was a vital save. It was a tremendous reflex stop from point blank range. If you haven't seen it, go back and check out those highlights from last week. It's worth seeing. Meanwhile, see if Peñaranda is tested from this free kick. See Jose Carrera and Ray Ortiz both standing around it. Otto checking on something and now back in the picture. Six-man wall for Northern Colorado. Ortiz or Carrera? It is Ortiz into the wall, which does its job. The cross comes back in, headed away, and stabbed further clear by McLean. It's well taken though by Chattanooga on that halfway line, and able to reset play in the center circle. It's an idea down the right, just over hit, and a throw for Northern Colorado. Really entertaining first 5 minutes. Again, you saw the season series so far between these sides. There have been goals and action, lots of attacking play. No goals just yet, but with attacking intent thus far once again. Cardona intercepting that. Jose Carrera. It's a neat ball for Walefe. Walefe, and then one-touch attempt by Galindres looking for the little overlapping run. Didn't quite come off. An aimless ball forward, easily taken by Cardona. As I mentioned in our open, both these sides have had really up and down seasons. They've struggled to find consistency. Both have shown great flashes of what they could be. Such a well-balanced league this year. So many teams that could win the title. Won't put it past either of these two teams to go all the way, although plenty of others will have lots to say about that. Ball is over hit, and a throw for Northern Colorado. Well, celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL League One. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Elsewhere in League One, a big showdown between Greenville and Omaha tonight. That's goalless in the 36th minute. Tormenta at home to North Carolina FC. That's just underway a few minutes ago as well. Here's our Center for Sports Medicine injury report. Brian Bement and David Teixeira both out for Chattanooga Red Wolves. No injuries reported by Northern Colorado Hailstorm. They do have a couple players suspended though today. Irvin Parra due to yellow card accumulation. And we mentioned your normal starting goalkeeper Thomas Olson, who received a second yellow card that necessitated Johan Peñaranda coming into the match goal last week. That was a bizarre sequence where Charlotte Independence were awarded a penalty, and Thomas Olson saved it twice in a row, but both times was judged to have come off his line too early. So the second time, it obligated the referee to show a yellow card, and he was already on a yellow, and therefore he was sent off. It was a weird sequence. Charlotte would eventually score the penalty, but as mentioned, Peñaranda made an outstanding save just a couple minutes later to help preserve the win. Free kick taken quickly by Chattanooga. Now they're going to have a throw deep in the attacking half. So again, the suspensions this week. Leading scorer Irvin Parr and starting goalkeeper Thomas Olsen. Forcing Eamon Zayed to shuffle his cards a bit. Side defending here as that's poked towards the edge of the area. Good stretch of the left leg by Breck Evans to prevent that coming across the face of goal. And then a collision. Referee's going to play the advantage here. Nope, now he's going to bring it back for that foul. Looked as though John Motto was going to allow advantage for a moment. I think decided that both players might potentially be injured and decided to stop play. Nothing malicious about this collision, just two players going full steam trying to win the ball. Raphael Mensingen clearly late in that attempt. Forward down the left. It's Galindres, a one-on-one battle. Does well to keep the pressure on. Ball came off him last. It's a throw for the visitors. Our starting 11 today, again, was brought to you by Star Community Builders. Their newest development, the Tennessee Gateway, features CHI Memorial Stadium, brand new townhomes, apartment living, and 4 leased commercial office and retail. You can learn more about Chattanooga's ultimate live, work, play community by contacting info@star-cb.com. Star Community Builders, creating the visions of tomorrow today. Ten minutes gone in the setting sun in Chattanooga. There's 2 near misses for Northern Colorado in the first 2 minutes, and then that one-on-one chance for Juan Galindres, which was saved by Peñaranda. Here come the Hailstorm again. Edge of the box, Jerry Deju. Onto his left foot. Used his right to pull it back. Arthur Rogers. Deju thought he was clipped, says the referee. Free kick. Cardona committing the foul. Let's see it again. Deju did well just a step in front of Cardona. Cardona felt that there's nothing in that, but continues the discussion with John Motto. We've seen a ton of cards and red cards in League One over the last couple weeks. John Motto trying to take a measured approach early in this one. So first set piece opportunity for Northern Colorado tonight. Rogers lined up to take it. He doesn't feel the wall as far back as it should be, and John Motto agrees. Telling Carrera and Ortiz to move back a couple steps. Set pieces have been big between these two sides so far. Generally been in Chattanooga's favor in their first 2 meetings. Ball swung in toward that back post. Good rise and head clear. Lopped back in, past everyone and into the arms of Carlos Aviles. Immediately boots it long. Ball stay in play. It did not. Another good crowd filling in at CHI Memorial Stadium. Briefly that Chattanooga had lost 3 in a row before their 2-1 victory last weekend over NCFC. Such a topsy-turvy season for them. Had a run of 1 win in 7 matches earlier this year with 5 defeats and a draw in that stretch. And they won 2 in a row, then had those 3 straight losses before the win last weekend. Nicholas Cardona forced to slice that over his own crossbar. Took no chances with Marky Hernandez on his back shoulder. And the first corner of the match coming up for Northern Colorado.
LED. For any and all your digital display needs, Plainview LED.
So Rogers to take this set piece as well for Northern Colorado. Covering that back post. Good defensive header. That shot was scuffed. Comes back out to Rogers though. He delivers almost all the set pieces for them. That's a good ball in. Then on the edge of the area, trying to find some space was Norte Norti, who scored last week. Flicked out of the box. And will be reset by Marky Hernandez. Goes down for Chattanooga. Hernandez continues. That took a deflection. And it will be Northern Colorado claiming another corner. And it is. It was Walefe who has gone down for Chattanooga, and he's stayed down. Looks to be in some distress. See if we can see what might have happened. Walefe, number 8. Yeah, you see he goes down with no contact. Very cliche, but very true. You always cringe when you see a player go down in a non-contact play like that. Generally does not portend well. Guy who had missed quite a bit of time in the first half of this season. Return to fitness, and a guy that Chattanooga looks to at the heart of that midfield, a guy that will sometimes sit deep, shield that back three, distribute balls out of that position. Well, good to at least see him back to his feet. You see him limping heavily as he comes off. McLean, I think, took the opportunity to get a drink for himself. Chattanooga's beverage cart there. We are told Chattanooga are readying a substitution, so Walefe will not continue. Temporarily 11 versus 10 here, so Chattanooga will have to defend this corner with 10 men.
Entering the match for the Red Wolves, number 21, Andres.
Well, nope, they're going to make that substitution right away, so they will defend with 11. Andres Hernandez comes in for Walefe. Chattanooga able to get that substitution on before this corner is taken. Now Rogers to deliver. And another good ball in, and it nearly reached Lachlan McLean. Several moments in the first 16 and a half minutes tonight where Northern Colorado have been just a flick away from a golden opportunity. Chattanooga getting those vital touches just at the right time when they've needed to so far. This time a throw from right by that corner flag. Rogers will take that as well. Rogers named the League One Team of the Week last week. Had some eye-popping statistics against Charlotte Independence as this one goes all the way back to Peñaranda. Peñaranda took his time very coolly there. Made it work. This will be a foul and a free kick for Chattanooga. Arthur Rogers last week. Remember, he's a defender. He had an assist, which is his 5th of the year already. He also created 11 official chances in one match. He had 8 recoveries defensively, and he took 14 corner kicks. I told you that was a wild game. Arthur Rogers' stats from it show you just how wild it was. 11 chances created in one match by a defender. Not supposed to happen, but it happens. Credit to Arthur Rogers for making it happen. Ball looked like it came off Cardona last, and it did. Ball taken away, and Jimmy Villalobos playing it forward. Galindrez trying to shape a shot. Couldn't quite maneuver it the way he wanted to. It came off a Red Wolf last. And a goal kick. Well, for just a split second, it had opened up for Galindrez. Couldn't find space to unleash, though, from the edge of the area. It was that challenge there from Ray Ortiz that started the play. Galindrez, I think if he'd had it to do over again, would have taken that shot right when it came to him. Took an extra touch, which carried him right into the path of the defender in front of him. Closed down that space for a shot. That's a great ball toward the right side. Poked toward the top of the area. Nobody there in red. And a long ball over the top the other direction. That hung up on this turf. When it's this hot, the sport turf tends to get sticky. And the ball tends to not roll as far as you think it will. You really have to be aware of that. You can never give up on a play. It's a cliched truism in general at any moment in any sport, but when the pitch is dry and sticky like this, the ball will hold up. Often when you think it's normally going to run across the line and go out of play, might not in these conditions. Daniel Navarro played his first 50 minutes of the season last week. Over the top, here's another opportunity for Galindrez. Galindrez trying to cut inside, ran into a defender. Galindrez again denied. Then a turnover, and it's right back to Cardona. Cardona's cross, palmed down by Peñaranda, and then he claims at the second attempt. Chattanooga looking increasingly dangerous going forward. Some defending to do here. Awkward bounce of the ball, foul committed. Lachlan McLean using the hands and committing the infraction. Let's see that chance for Galindrez. Ball just carried him a little bit further wider than he would have liked, so he tried to cut inside and did so somewhat successfully, but took a little deflection off the defender's foot, which carried it further than Galindrez would have liked. Both sides really knocking on the door in this opening 20 and a half minutes. From a neutral perspective, we're a bit unlucky to not have seen a goal so far. A game where you would expect to see them before the night's out. It's hunted out of play by Breck Evans. Extreme no-nonsense defending there. Eventually going to be a public supermarket, we're told, in this complex that this stadium is the anchor piece of. Ball might wind up in a shopping cart a little while from now. Here come the Red Wolves again. And then a squared ball, and it tickles the side netting from Galindrez. There's a great ball by Menzingen. You weren't sure if he was going to get to it and keep it in play. He did. And his ball for Galindrez again nearly resulted in the opening goal. What a beautiful ball that was. Galindrez just couldn't quite wrap the right foot around it. Defended well enough by Rob Cornwall, the captain for Northern Colorado. It did deflect off him last. So it is the first corner of the match, a Ford corner kick. Local Ford dealer corner kick for Chattanooga. It's the right-footed outswinger toward the top of the 6-yard box, flicked away. Stays in play by that touchline. Tracked down by Cardona. Swings it back into the box. That was coolly done by Cornwall. The throw for Northern Colorado, midway through the first half. Visitors created a couple near misses in the first 2 minutes. Chattanooga with the majority of the attack since then. See Greenville and Omaha goalless at halftime. Matchup of the two League One Titans from the first few years of the league's existence. Been the League One finalists each of the last 2 seasons. This is another ball for Peñaranda to come far out of his box. And he did well. Tormenta and NCFC also goalless in the 22nd minute. Later tonight, Tucson at home to Charlotte Independence. That's a matchup of 2 sides that desperately need wins and points. Tucson bottom of the table. Charlotte sliding down to 9th after last week's defeat. Charlotte got off to a great start this season, but it's been a rough last couple months for them. Central Valley will face Richmond Kickers out west, Central California. That one kicking off at 10:30 Eastern Time. Those matches, of course, on ESPN+. Central Valley Fuego just 1 win at home so far. They've struggled to make Fresno State Soccer Stadium a fortress thus far. Long ball down the right, and now the flag goes up offside. Here's Rafael Menzigan. Well, speaking of the USL on ESPN Plus and ESPN, the reigning title holders visit in-state rivals as the USL on ESPN2 continues. Orange County SC looking for a late season surge against Sacramento Republic FC. That's September 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Colorado struggling a bit to connect from defense to midfield, having the launch balls long. Chattanooga increasingly shutting those down as this first half goes along. Don't forget to check out the new 2022 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit, along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and much more. You can do that at ChattanoogaRedWolves-SC.com. And today's Ball Kids are brought to you by Rodriguez Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. They're devoted to giving you the best care, the best service, and the smile that you've always dreamed of. A loose touch there. Gives the ball to Jerry Dedieu. Dedieu. Defenders in red pouring back. Dedieu looking to connect with Danny Robles and does. The overlapping run, the cross served in. Over the head of Dedieu. Now Rogers. Thought about playing that into the box, decided he didn't have enough targets forward. Long ball toward the penalty spot, a good one, and it's flicked along and wide by Trevor Amon. Now, Amon able to rise and get his head to it, but not able to direct it goalward. Great ball by Owen Dom. Amon just needed another inch or so to his leap to be able to do more with that. Easy to say that from here, of course. Getting on, supporting, that is, Carlos Aviles, taking that nifty touch. Rebels always have great support here at home. This beautiful new stadium. And the visitors again, Jerry Dedieu. Some space to think about what he wants to do with it next. Cornwall. Cornwall again. Rogers. Taynor T was dispossessed. Counterattack is on for Chattanooga. space and speed for Juan Galindrez. Galindrez has Villalobos to his left. Falls kindly for Jose Carrera. Now lays it off to Menzingen. Ortiz. Ortiz with a strike! And it needed to be palmed away by Peñaranda. Well, Ortiz, it was an ambitious effort. And Peñaranda had to punch it away. And it will be a second local Ford dealers corner kick for Chattanooga. Let's see it again, Ortiz. Great strike. And a bit awkward for Peñaranda. Had to improvise there with his offhand. Now they're saying it's a goal kick. Oh, I thought Peñaranda got a hand to it. But the decision is a goal kick. Well, great effort either way by Ray Ortiz. The way he received that ball, basically at a 90-degree angle to the goal, you didn't think he was going to have a strike from there. Able to shift that ball and get it away quickly. We continue to wait for the game's first goal. Tumbling over was Marky Hernandez, and the free kick is awarded. The frustration of the home fans and the home bench. Yellow card shown as well. First card of the night. Card shown to DJ Benton. So he's the first player booked tonight. Comes over to explain himself to John Motto. See the foul again. Benton extending out. He'll say he got the ball, but did leave the foot in. Anytime you extend that leg out that far, you risk taking out the player as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has indicated a safety and hydration.
So difficult as a player, of course. You want to win that ball so badly, and you don't fault the effort in trying to do so. We do have a hydration break. As the two sides fully deserving of one in these conditions. So 0-0 somehow a half hour in. Both sides will feel that they could and possibly should have had something thus far, but really entertaining opening half hour. Well, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club's on the road or at home, you can catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com.
All kids for this evening's match are brought to you by Rodriguez Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. A team devoted to giving you the best care, the best service, and the smile you've
Let's see some.
Rodriguez Family and Cosmetic Dentistry.
Let's see some highlights from some of the other sides that will be in action around USL League One this evening. Charlotte Independence, again, so desperate to get back on the right track. They get off to such a great start this season. Tresor Mbuyu, they need him to get back amongst the goals. And the Central Valley Fuego, they will be a tough opponent tonight, definitely. It was a 3-3 draw. Tucson, that is, FC Tucson. A 2-1 win for Charlotte back on May 15th. Charlotte will hope for more of the same, of course, tonight, but FC Tucson, they really need to get going at home. Richmond Kickers, meanwhile, against Central Valley Fuego. They have not played yet this year, but there's Emiliano Terzaghi, who's always such a dangerous player for them. Central Valley Fuego, they've been tough to figure out this year. They've always been a very potent attacking force, but sometimes have struggled to put things together this season. That figures to be an entertaining one. Two sides that can certainly put the ball at the net at a high rate when they're on. Of course, Richmond has struggled on the road this season. It'll be interesting to see them go into those very hot Central Valley conditions for the first time in either club's history as they face each other for the inaugural time tonight. In current games in progress, Tormenta have taken a 1-0 lead over NCFC on a penalty. Also about 32 minutes into that one. Greenville and Omaha, we told you they're 0-0 at the half. Goalless here as well as we come out of the hydration break. After Rogers standing over another set piece situation. Rogers with that low service, headed clear by Galindrez. Referee plays advantage, and Galindrez trying to beat the keeper from the midfield stripe. Ambitious effort. Marky Hernandez has just come back on the pitch, we're told. They've been playing with 10 men since the hydration break, so I think that was the reason that Galindrez played that ball from midfield. He was giving the ball back to Northern Colorado. That's why Peñaranda applauded him, thanking him for that gesture. Initially, I thought Menzingen was trying to beat the keeper or chip the keeper from that midfield stripe. Not the case. Chattanooga back to the attack now, and they'll have a throw. See the sweat glistening on the Chattanooga players because they're wearing those darker shaded kits. Sweat is there for Northern Colorado as well, just doesn't show as clearly on those white shirts. It's a very grueling season for Northern Colorado, of course. They play so many games on the road in the first third of the season, and playing at a couple different quote-unquote home stadiums. Here's Menzingen lining one up from distance and slicing it wide. Seeing some fearless efforts from Chattanooga in this first half. Menzingen, Ray Ortiz, Juan Galindrez, the only guy who'll feel he perhaps could have had a couple earlier shots. Took an extra touch or two on a couple occasions that he might want back. Life of a striker, though. A lot of moments that don't go your way. A lot of nearly moments where the ball doesn't go in or you don't quite get that opportunity to take the strike you wanted. It takes one moment to be the hero, though, on a particular night. About 10 minutes to go until halftime. Should have a couple minutes added on with that hydration break. Did have the injury to Alefe as well. Colorado looking for a foul there. Jay Benton went sliding to keep that ball. Now Menzingen scored from a similar position last week, trying to do the same kind of thing, but Northern Colorado, they watched the tape. They weren't going to let that happen. Saw it in our open. Menzingen received that ball far out on that left wing in almost the same spot as he did there. He was able to slalom his way into the box before unleashing that beautiful curled effort into the right corner. Northern Colorado very aware of his potential to do that kind of thing. We're able to shut it down that time. And Menzingen trying to flick that around the corner to Nicholas Cardona. 2 balls on the pitch. To reset things. Greenville and Omaha now back underway in the second half. See if there are goals to be had in that one. These are two sides that can defend exceptionally well, but there's also two sides that can be very dangerous on the counterattack. I want to remind you that Coca-Cola is the exclusive soft drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. And Body Armor is the exclusive official sports drink of the Red Wolves. Foot was maybe left in there, and now John Motto blows for a free kick. Summoned Jose Carrera over. A word of warning. Carrera trying to bring that ball down. Brock Evans volley it away, and Cardona's stud's got the side of his foot. That doesn't feel good. Breck Evans scored against Chattanooga a few weeks ago in that 2-1 Northern Colorado win. Last time these two sides met. It's a great ball forward, splitting through that midfield. Cardona now. Menzingen, what a ball that is. Galindrez. He's 1 against 2, chipping it toward the penalty spot, just beyond the run of Villalobos.
Body Armor, the official sports drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Upgrade your sports drink with Body Armor.
Oh, that was gorgeous from Menzingen. See the understanding that Menzingen and Galindrez have developed as this season has gone on. Here's Menzingen again. Wide for Cardona. His cross back post. There's Peñaranda. No problem for him. Peñaranda looking very confident. Peñaranda from Long Beach, New York. Graduate of Florida International University. Formerly played for a club in Costa Rica. Side have defending to do here. Right-footed effort. And sprawling is Peñaranda. He's right behind it. Galindrez took the shot. Didn't quite get a hold of it the way he would have liked. Cardona it was who broke lines forward. Galindrez on target, but not with a ton of power. Minutes on the clock. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining of this opening half. Indra is able to chest that down. Ortiz lets it run out for a throw. Menzingen, space to run forward. A dangerous proposition for the opposition to leave him that kind of room. Space eventually closed, though, outside of the area. Carrera. Benton. Villalobos. Carrera trying to switch it back to his right foot. Didn't want to take the shot on with his left. Menzingen, I think, was screaming for it on the left side as well. Handful of moments in this first half where Chattanooga have been a bit indecisive right outside that penalty box. Now a free kick for Northern Colorado. Frustration from the home fans. Galindra is wearing that cast on his left hand, playing through that injury. Galindrez didn't join the team until a couple of weeks into the season, so he didn't have a regular preseason. Took a little while to get going, as you can understand, but scorching hot the last couple months. Not a lot of white shirts forward there, and it's put across the end line by Arthur Rogers. Aviles, orange goalkeeper kit. Is there a goal before halftime in this one? Galindrez does well to keep possession. Brings Carrera into the play. Carrera with a nice little pivot. Andres Hernandez came on for Welefe. That early injury. And miscommunication and a miss-hit there. Menzingen unhappy with Nicolas Cardona. Seemed to expect him to be in a different place. Colorado hollering for a foul, which did not come. Chattanooga hoping to profit from that. Carrera. Menzigen. Excuse me, Galindrez, that is. Now Benton. Benton scoops it into the box, but too close to the keeper, and you see the frustration from Jimmy Villalobos. The hands went up there. Urunda with a fairly easy take. Chattanooga have tended to be an emotional side, not just this year, but over the last few seasons. How then? Jerry Dejew pulling it back, and Lachlan McLean had a strike, but right off the defender. Menzigen shielding the ball. Colorado trying to see if they can find something before a half. It was off Cardona. Rogers chipping and running. Well done, Rogers. Just not to try to deliver something into the box. Might get a second opportunity. Oh, it's a good little drop of the shoulder by Jose Carrera. He fooled Owen Dom, and now Carrera to Menzigen. Menzigen over the bar. Well, again, trying to do a similar thing to what he did last week. Build-up was similar, but the finish this time was wayward. Menzigen loves doing this, though. Cutting inside onto his right foot, just wasn't able to get over the top of it. Maybe that setup touch a couple inches further from his body than he would have liked. He'll play 5 more minutes in this first half. So still time for another chance or two in this opening period of play. So that sun no longer a factor as it's dipped below that roof on the far side. Here's Dejew. Ball on the left. Left-footed effort off the defender. That was blocked by Benton. Marky Hernandez took the shot. It will be a corner.
DJ Benton with a defense.
In stoppage time, a set-piece chance for Northern Colorado. Again, Arthur Rogers jogging over. Marky Hernandez has been dangerous on that left side. Anytime they've been able to get the ball to his feet in that attacking third in this first half, which I suspect Eamon Zayed will feel they haven't quite been able to do as much as they'd like. See if they work some things tactically to get him even more involved in the second half. Again, they still have time to make something of this first half and take a lead. Rogers' delivery deep toward the back post. Headed up into the air. Nobody there in white. Not cleared very well, though. Dejew didn't have the angle to take the shot. A lot of blocked shots in this first half, that Chattanooga defense. And a loose touch by Hernandez, and he loses the ball. Sprinting the other way, Jimmy Villalobos. He has Galindrez to his right. He finds Galindrez, but white shirts all around him. He's crowded out and loses out. Dom trying to switch play to the near side. Dejew, good strength and tenacity to win that ball. In that part of the match, as we're going to have a free kick here. It was offside against Northern Colorado. In that zone of the match where a goal for either side would be really damaging for their opponent. Just 2 minutes left of that 5 headed on. Aviles coming far out of his area to take this free kick. It's well done by Chattanooga to settle that contested aerial ball. And good pressing by Benton to force Marky Hernandez to put it out. Benton avoiding the ball as well. Sure the throw belonged to his side. He'll take it himself. Benton touches it back to him. Benton find an inch to deliver this cross. He does. Headed away before it could reach Villalobos. It's off Cardona, and we're into the final minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Had 7 shots for Chattanooga, 3 of them officially on target. 5 shots for Northern Colorado. None of them have tested Carlos Aviles. Possession's been about 62% for Chattanooga. Colorado 30 seconds from going into halftime at 0-0. One more attack for Chattanooga, but it breaks down quickly. That's the thing you worry about from Chattanooga's standpoint. They're quick to show frustration with their body language. Played well in this first half. They're able to play similarly in the second period. You suspect the goals will come, but sometimes that mental battle for Chattanooga has been a tough one this year. There's the end of the first half. And despite good chances and good attacking intent from both sides, we are goalless at the break. As Chattanooga Red Wolves and Northern Colorado Hailstorm go into the locker rooms at 0-0. In just a moment, we will come back with our halftime show. We'll have highlights from the first half of the USL League One season, and there have been plenty of them. Recap the storylines and best moments in the first few months of the year. Plenty more to come both tonight and in this juicy League One season. But no goals yet this evening in a sweltering Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thumbs up from that fan. And we'll come back with your halftime show. We'll have first half highlights and stats as well. All that coming your way in just a moment.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. We're not going to leave anything on our plates because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
If your tamer passions include climbing, hang gliding, and river surfing, some may call you a hair-on-fire risk taker. We'd say, nah. They might not realize you're also a nonconformist, craft curator, history buff, art-loving experience collector. But ask a Chattanoogan, we just call you one of us.
Chattanooga Red Wolves play their first match of the new year. Here comes Chattanooga now. Puts it in! Finds the back right corner!
What's the latest buzz? It's Ford's fresh lineup of SUVs. Get great offers on the vehicles people are talking about, like Ford Escape, an SUV that drives like a car, Bronco Sport, where the terrain never intimidates, and Ford Explorer, the all-time best-selling SUV. Need we say more? Don't wait. Find out what all the buzz is about at your local Ford dealer. For the latest offers on Ford SUVs or to build and order your select Ford, visit your local Ford dealer today.
It is halftime here in Chattanooga. Well, last Saturday we crossed the midway point of the season by matches played. Let's take a look back at some of the big plays and players from the first half.
Midway through the 2022 season, here are the goals and saves of the year so far. The first goal of the month, Rafa Minsigan crosses to Mo Espinoza. This is against Richmond. This got 45% of the fan vote. First goal of the season for Mo Espinoza. An early season good form for Chattanooga. The save of the month for April came for Greenville against Chattanooga. There's Paul Christensen. 85th minute, Greenville leading 1-0. The header from Rafa Minsigan and a left paw from Christensen. That kept it 1-0, and Greenville went on to win. That got 37% of the fan vote. Interesting. Here's the May goal of the month. It's against Tormenta. This is Central Valley. Look at the service there from Maxi Schenfeld leading Viljan Bijev. 42nd minute. He gets a brace, his third brace across all competitions. Viljan Bijev, a second goal. That got 55% of the fan vote. He has 5 goals this season, but those braces include Open Cup as well. The save of the month was for Chattanooga. You see a theme here, Carlos Avilés against Greenville. Aaron Walker's header just chipped away, right over the bar. What fast reflexes from Carlos Avilés. 44% of the fan vote. Avilés has 22 saves this season. We go to the June goal of the month. What a shock. It's Chattanooga again. Mo Espinoza from the set piece. Wow. 81st minute. That was the first goal of the match at Fuego. They went on to win 2-0. 47% of the fan vote. By the way, Mo Espinoza, 2 goals of the month, 2 goals this year. The June save of the month is Fuego against Chattanooga. Ophic Antman, check this out. They reaches to the right side. Christensen with the left paw, Antman with the right paw. 44 saves for Antman this season, but they did go on to lose that match. You saw why. One of those goals from Mo Espinoza. Mid-year reinforcements. This is a theme. A lot of teams have grabbed guys here mid-year to help them out. Raiko Arozarena traded for Phil Brino from Tampa Bay, kind of traded, a double loan situation. 2 huge saves against Tormenta, and then the fans at the end in the flock asking him how to say his name. It was his first match. This was last weekend. Fun moment there. North Carolina, Shaq Adams, loaned down from Charleston, wasn't getting a lot of minutes, so North Carolina is going to bring him in, and he's going to play a lot. We have to go back a couple of years to when he played at Tucson to give you some footage on his impact. He's only played a couple matches so far for North Carolina. 12 goals in 40 matches played for Tucson, so a known quantity coming in to help North Carolina. Charlotte picked up Gabriel Oberton. Here's a guy who spent time in the Premier League, Newcastle United, Manchester United, Ligue 1 in France, Bordeaux, Wigan. He's back in Charlotte, played a little bit last year on the championship side, already has a goal and an assist, and will help Charlotte out. Tucson, Donnie Toya came in, made an immediate impact, some MLS experience, 4 different MLS sides. Toya was on the original 2012 Tucson team. 2 goals, which were the only 2 goals Tucson had scored in his 3 matches, both 1-1 draws. And then the latest maneuver, a loan from, kind of a trade from Northern Colorado to Richmond. It's Ethan Vanacore-Decker, 2020 All-League second team. 3 goals and 6 assists in 2020, led the league in assists. Richmond feels like he can come in, make an immediate impact. He was the first goal scorer for Northern Colorado this year. You can see a lot of things happening in the first half of the season, a big second half coming up.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. I'm on that routine.
It's a goal for Orange County SC and their first of the season.
And that's full time. The old guard with a new trophy. Orange County wins the USL Championship final.
I get asked by my friends back home all the time, why did you move to Chattanooga? Affordability?
News and notes from around USL League One. Ethan Vanacore-Decker transferred from Northern Colorado to Richmond this week. How about this West Coast expansion? Santa Barbara Sky announced as an expansion League One side for 2024. Their ownership group includes one of the former owners of Liverpool. Very impressive expansion news from the league last week. Really exciting, too. Santa Barbara, a beautiful spot out in Southern California, but it's not LA. It's very different, and looking forward to seeing matches out there in a couple of years. This.
I get asked by my friends back home all the time, why did you move to Chattanooga? Affordability? Check. An amazing outdoors? Yep. Fantastic food? Check. But there's one box that not even Silicon Valley can check. EPB's gig. Thanks to fiber-fast internet with upload speeds that no one else can touch, moving to Gig City was a no-brainer. I look back on my journey with gratitude, and I look forward to a life of smooth streaming and free street parking on Sundays. Yeah.
Good times, bad times, and everything in between. Your primary care doctor is with you all the way.
One more. One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
The day the world stopped was the day we found where to go. On, we're not going to leave anything on our plates Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
Let's see some brief highlights from our first half here. We're goalless between Chattanooga Red Wolves and Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado had a couple good moments in the first 2 minutes that very easily could have resulted in opening goals, but for a couple of good blocks. Nicholas Cardona with that key block there on that blast by Jerry Deju. And a couple minutes later, Chattanooga would have their clearest look of the match. It was a great ball forward. Juan Galindres, red hot, he was in. What a save by Johan Peñaranda with the right foot. Sticking out that right leg, that's so well done. Galindres couldn't believe he didn't finish that. In the 20th minute, Charlotte, who had the better of the attacking play in the first half, they released Juan Galindres again, tried to cut his way inside, just took a deflection off the defender. And then the intervention from Breck Evans, able to prevent Galindres from slotting that home. Both sides' back lines had some really vital last-moment clearances and touches to disrupt what could have been scoring plays. This was a neat ball to Menzingen, who somehow got that cross in, and again, Juan Galindres arriving on the end of it, not able to get the requisite angle on it. It was deflected for a corner, which came to nothing for Chattanooga. A few minutes later, into that setting sun came Northern Colorado, and a good service from Owen Dom led to Trevor Amon rising for that, but just unable to flick it on target. You see our first half stats: 8 shots for Chattanooga, 3 on goal, 5 shots for Northern Colorado, none of those testing Chattanooga's keeper. Possession 62% to 38% in favor of the home side. And just like that, we're back underway for half number 2. It's Northern Colorado in white, kicking from right to left. Chattanooga, the home side, in the red. I'm Donnie Barnes. Going to have you along in our second half here. Two sides hoping to win 2 in a row after big victories last weekend. Northern Colorado have made a substitution here at the start of the second half. They have brought Stefan Lukic in, replacing Trevor Amon. That one half chance that we showed you in our highlights a moment ago, otherwise struggled to get a foothold in the game. Now, Marky Hernandez on the left, serving it toward the 6-yard box. Volleyed away and bounces out for a throw. Northern Colorado starting the second half similarly to how they did the first, on the front foot right away. Attack petered out as that first half went along. Again, they weren't able to connect from the back line through the midfield very much. They were still dangerous with those long balls forward. Here is Stefan Lukic just on the pitch a moment ago. Just trying to thread that through to Lachlan McLean. Battle on that far side results in a Chattanooga throw. Over the top again, hanging up on this turf. Mentioned that in the first half. Hot conditions. Turf will be stickier and drier, and therefore the ball won't roll as quickly as it often does. Handled that pretty well in the first half. Always something to be aware of. Cornwall defending that play at the expense of a throw. Another good atmosphere here at CHI Memorial Stadium. Navarro. It really does change the way Chattanooga are able to play when he's healthy and on the pitch, which, as we mentioned in the first half, he had not been at all this season until last week when he played his first 50 minutes of the year. Last been seen in that League One playoff match last November.
Drive, DJ, yes.
EJ Benton. Some decent moments in the attack in the first half. He was one of the goal scorers against Northern Colorado. A 4-1 win. Chattanooga's 4-1 win against them back in May. Here's a right-footed strike from outside the box. That wraps wide. Another ambitious effort. Ray Ortiz not too far away from that right-hand post. Really good strike from outside the box in the first half that it appeared initially had brought a save out of Johan Peñaranda. It was ruled a goal kick. Let's see this one. Ortiz just to run at defenders and back them down. Quite able to get the curl that he needed on that shot. It's so hot in Chattanooga today. These sides got off to such an energetic start. I mentioned at the time, you wonder how much they'll have left in the second half. But both sides have plenty of substitutions remaining. It is amazing how much the ability to use up to 5 substitutes changes the equation in second halves of games now, since that was introduced during COVID times in 2020. So for many, many years, it was only 3 substitutions that teams were allowed. Here come the Hailstorm now, down that right side. Lots of red shirts there to defend. And the throw goes Northern Colorado's way. Last off Jose Carrera. Arthur Rogers, what a good spin. It's a fair challenge. Rogers, low cross. Diving spear of that ball by Daniel Navarro. He's a big, strong presence on that back line, but has lots of technical skill as well. Why Chattanooga love him so much and have missed him so much over the first half of this season. What a great ball out on Galindres, who had those chances in the first half. What can he do now in the second 45? It's a good ball out to Menzingen, who has lots of room. Menzingen has Benton to his right. He uses him. Benton delivers the cross. Stabbed out by Breck Evans. Aiming for Galindres, but Evans had himself in the way very nicely. There is Jimmy Weekly, acting head coach Chattanooga. It's been interesting to be able to hear his team talk after that first 45. Chattanooga generally played pretty well. Lots of good attacking play, just weren't able to create those telling moments in the final third. It was interesting as the half wore on to see the frustration in their body language, which I wonder at halftime if he addressed that, encouraged his team to stay patient and stay with the process, because the process was generally pretty good. Probably feel that if it continues in a similar way in the second half, they'll get rewarded for it. Here they come now. Van Tollering for a free kick. They get one as Ortiz went down. Arthur Rogers felt it was a fair challenge, but referee John Motto disagreed. Chattanooga threatening to take that free kick quickly, which remember they caught Northern Colorado with a few weeks ago for their goal in that loss. Ortiz running hard, and Arthur Rogers saying, what else should I have done there? The referee felt that he used the shoulder illegally. Intriguing spot for a free kick, not far outside the box. Ortiz and Carrera standing over it, as they did in the first half from a similar position. Free kick went into the wall. You see that beautiful sunset behind that corner. Sweltering day in Chattanooga, turning into a picturesque evening. 22 players on the pitch. Care anything about that sunset at the moment. They are focused on this free kick, which is taken by Jose Carrera, and Carrera has it punched over the bar by Peñaranda. Good strike by Carrera, got it up and down over the wall, and Peñaranda has gone down in pain as he came down following that save. And remember, their normal starting goalkeeper is suspended this week. Peñaranda has been their backup keeper throughout the year. Well, you hope that's just a cramp. That seems to be the indication. You wouldn't have teammates generally grabbing and pulling at the leg if that weren't the case. Let's see that free kick again. Excellent technique from Jose Carrera. Up and down, and that was on target. That needed saving from Peñaranda. If he doesn't get a hand to that, I think that would have, well, might have smacked the bar and stayed out, but Peñaranda certainly couldn't take that chance. These hot conditions, perhaps had the leg cramp up as he came to the ground. Peñaranda, though, and with a very limited sample size, about 25 minutes plus stoppage time in the match last week and 55 minutes tonight, but certainly making a case for some more playing time so far. This is a local Ford dealer corner kick for Chattanooga now following that save. Ortiz ready to swing it into the danger area. Put on goal, and Galindres, or Peñaranda that is, just kept it on the correct side of the line. Fans behind the net screaming that it was over, but the linesman saying no, he was all right. Peñaranda took that very calmly once again. No margin for error. Great spin by Norte Norti, who's had a quiet match by his standards, but that was an excellent moment there. He sprung Lukic forward. Now on the right side, put across the face of goal, and it just missed Lachlan McLean. Good counterattack from the visitors, who are always quite dangerous in those situations. Let's see Peñaranda's gather here on the line. He runs into that post. Always difficult to see from that angle whether the ball fully crossed the line or not. Didn't look like it did. I'm told that the officials are having to fix that net at the other end because it did get knocked off its moorings. Just saw that at the end of that play as Peñaranda ran into that upright. Elsewhere, Greenville and Omaha are in the 88th minute, still goalless. Atlanta continues to lead NCFC 1-0. About an hour played there. Net is apparently back in its correct position, and we play on. Played over the top. Peñaranda again calmly taking it in. Ooh, that's a dangerous ball from Peñaranda, almost picked off by Villalobos. Hailstorm just get away with that. That's another aspect where this slower surface today can come into play, trying to play that ball out from the back. What sometimes would look like a very calm, collected pass can turn into a very under-hit, an exceptionally dangerous one. Nearly bit Peñaranda a moment ago. There's Menzingen now. See the white shirts trying to crowd him out. Galindres keeps it well. Along by Carrera, but too far for Ortiz this time. It's a neat back heel flick by Carrera. And out of bounds from Nicolas Cardona into touch. on Lukic. Peñaranda. Robles. Again, Colorado not afraid to play out from the back and doing it well. Looking for a free kick there, not given. Benton won it fairly, said John Motto. Here is Benton now. Just trying to slide it to Menzingen, but got his angle wrong. The other way is Lachlan McLean, all by himself, and his arms around a Chattanooga man and hauled him down, and he goes into the book. First man carded tonight for Northern Colorado. DJ Benton picked one up for Chattanooga in the first half. So just the 2 yellows in the first hour tonight. It's one of those times where the hold up of the ball on this turf worked against the attacker. McLean was hoping that would keep bouncing so that he could run onto it. McLean, a native of Sydney, Australia, who's formerly played for Greenville, scored 10 goals for them. One-touch play for Chattanooga down the right side. Benson again. Carrera. Break lines now. Galindrez. Andres Hernandez, furthest forward he's found himself in this match, but not quite able to combine with Menzingen. Now Dom. Watch that forward in McLean's direction. Flipped off Tommy Mayle instead. We're in stoppage time in Greenville. Out of time for a goal between Greenville and Omaha. Play off by Galindrez. Carrera helped it along. Now Carrera looking for the overlap, went down. Referee points the other direction. Free kick given against Carrera. He's upset. So is the crowd. Let's see it again. Trying to get goal side. See him pound the turf in frustration at the decision. Gorgeous sunset continues. Not had a goal scored in front of it so far tonight. Good kick for Chattanooga on halfway. Looking for a ball to be played with this free kick. Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All of that on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Colorado trying to press high a little bit. Aviles handles that calmly. Bit of a loose touch from Navarro, maybe showing a little bit of that rust. Lack of sharpness in just his second match back from a long injury. Back by Chattanooga, though. And they look to spring Galindrez. They have sprung him. 2 other red shirts surging forward. Galindrez. And go it by himself toward that end line. Pokes it across the face of goal, but put it off the side netting instead. Did it take a deflection? Chattanooga claiming it did. The referee agrees. It will be a corner, and Northern Colorado can't believe that. Hands on head for them. Let's see again if we can see that deflection after this long run. Attempted cross from Galindrez. See it there. If Chattanooga were to score from this corner, Northern Colorado would be very aggrieved. It is a local Ford dealer corner kick. Ray Ortiz takes again. Good delivery, flicked right on goal. There's Peñaranda again. Ortiz took it really well. It was Timmy Mayle who got up for it. Really good flick. Peñaranda in a good position again. It's gone final in Greenville. It ends 0-0 between Greenville Triumph and Union Omaha. So those 2 heavyweights settle for a point each tonight. As Ryan Rose, our statistician, points out, that keeps up the 3-year trend between those sides. The home side has still not won in the regular season. The only exception to that, of course, has been in the League One final last year when Union Omaha blanked Greenville 3-0. Here come Northern Colorado, meanwhile. Marky Hernandez looking to serve in a cross. That's well done, though. Will be a corner. It's DJ Benton with the good block. Chattanooga defenders have blocked shots and crosses very effectively tonight. Another 25 minutes plus stoppage time to go, though. Chattanooga entered tonight in 6th place. As you see, Tormenta with that 1-0 advantage still against NCFC. Midway through the second half there. Chattanooga started the night in 6th, Northern Colorado in 7th. They separate from each other tonight. This corner, fumbled by the goalkeeper, Aviles, comes charging out of his box and punches it out of play. That was very risky from Aviles. He had to get that right after he initially got it pretty wrong. Frantic defending at the other end, and results in a souvenir and adulation. Chattanooga to the attack, punched away by Peñaranda. The second ball cleared away by his defense. Both goalkeepers they take some risks. Mayle. Intended for Galindrez. Way back to Aviles. Navarro. Palm ball. Cardona. Galindrez. Into the box looking for Carrera. Carrera! He put it on frame. It was saved at the near post by Peñaranda. Didn't look like Carrera would get to that ball and had that opportunity. Showed that great burst of speed to do so. Now Cardona continues the attack. Did that stay in play? It did not. It's a goal kick. Let's see that moment from Jose Carrera a moment ago. It's another one of those where that ball holds up on this dry turf and creates an opportunity that otherwise wouldn't have existed. I don't know that Carrera was trying to shoot from that tough angle. Might have been trying to pull it back for a cross, but tough to do much else. Again, did so well just to put something on it. And credit Peñaranda too, because sometimes you'll see goalkeepers caught out at their near post when they're surprised like that. But he was ready for it. Chattanooga are getting ready to make a substitution. They'll have a free kick here. Aaron Lombardi is getting set to check in for them. Won't do so just yet. Told he'll replace Daniel Navarro, which would make sense. Navarro played 50 minutes last week in his first appearance of the year. He's made it about 69 minutes tonight. The ball falls for Northern Colorado. Stefan Lukic trying to make something of it. Has a couple teammates joining him. Now Deju. Deju with the cross. Flicked away before it could reach Lukic. Marky Hernandez. Now Denny Robles. Norty. Deju. His cross wasn't quite cleared. Hernandez tracks it down. Hernandez with a step over. He puts it back in the mix, and a great opportunity for Stefan Lukic. And it was an opportunity he couldn't capitalize on. Just unable to get up high enough to get over that ball. Great work by Hernandez. Lukic maybe just a bit behind him as well. That close for Northern Colorado, their best chance of the second half. They still have not had a shot on target tonight. It's not a great ball. Intercepted by Norty. Nearly a 2-on-1, and Northern Colorado unable to make anything of that. Lachlan McLean was in a great position for a moment. And down on the halfway line for Northern Colorado, they're yelling for the game to be stopped. Now they have an opportunity to attack again. They have McLean still down as well. Eamon Zayed saying, put the ball out of play. Robles didn't do it, and now they might have to defend 9v11. Menzingen. And Colorado desperately need a stoppage here. And finally, they put it out. It's Arthur Rogers, who's down for them on the halfway line. Number of players that went down during this sequence. First, McLean goes down there. And Rogers going into that challenge. Tough to see what might have happened there. He was able to win the ball cleanly. Just though maybe that back leg maybe got stuck on the turf as he slid. Tough to tell. Here comes that substitution for Chattanooga, as Aaron Lombardi checks in to replace Daniel Navarro.
Chattanooga Red Wolves substitution entering the match. Number 22.
Navarro continues to work himself back to full 90-minute fitness. Another good step for him tonight. So much to Chattanooga when he's fully fit, fully match fit. Lombardi replacing him, native of Argentina. He's from Rosario in Argentina. It would be interesting to ask him whether he grew up a fan of Rosario Central or Newell's Old Boys. Those are the two ancient rivals in that town. Rosario Central just won that derby a couple days ago in the latest playing of it.
Also entering the match.
Another man about to come in for Chattanooga, that's Jorge Paez.
Leaving for the Red Wolves, number 6, Jimmy Villalobos.
He's replacing Jimmy Villalobos. Arthur Rogers is back up, so that's good news. Let's see if he's able to continue. Benton, meanwhile, taking the throw for Chattanooga and giving it back to Northern Colorado. And Arthur Rogers just came back in, so that's great news. Such a key player for Northern Colorado. The way he went down clutching that knee. You really worry for a moment. Chattanooga will have a throw. The way this match started in the first few minutes, Northern Colorado with two really good opportunities in the first 2 minutes. And then the one-on-one chance for Chattanooga, Juan Galindres saved really well by Johan Peñaranda. Certainly wouldn't have thought at that point that we'd still be goalless almost 74 minutes in. Ryan Rose, that's that Greenville-Omaha match that I told you ended goalless. Just the 6th match in League One this season that's ended 0-0. Kick for it, Northern Colorado. So we'll hope that this doesn't end up being the 7th. Not had many goalless games this season. It's been such an entertaining and wildly unpredictable league this year. A free kick the other way this time. Still 1-0 Tormenta over NCFC entering the final 15 minutes in South Georgia. We're told that NCFC have just equalized now. They're 1-1 with Tormenta. So as we go into our second half hydration break, it is level in South Georgia. Remember, Tormenta have only won 1 match at home all season, as they still wait to move into their new stadium. Still playing at Irk Russell Field on the campus of Georgia Southern. There is the coaching staff for Chattanooga.
The official sports drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Upgrade your sports drink with Body Armor.
Jimmy Weekly
up to 3 minutes.
acting as head coach for now. Last remnants of this gorgeous Chattanooga sunset. I'll show you some highlights from our first 75 minutes tonight, and neither side's been able to find the back of the net. Chattanooga here in this second half, they've had a couple of half looks at goal. This was a good effort from Ray Ortiz. He's not able to quite get the amount of curl on it that he would have wanted. This is the best chance in the second half for Chattanooga so far. Well taken free kick from Jose Carrera, forcing a good stop from Johan Peñaranda. Got up there and came down with a cramp, which he was able to shake off. And then this corner kick that Peñaranda just was able to keep out, almost an Olympico from Ray Ortiz.
Make your next event bigger.
Both sides gathering themselves for a final 15-minute push tonight. Northern Colorado making a substitution. Jackson Dietrich comes in for them for his first appearance for Northern Colorado. He replaces Lachlan McLean. Jackson Dietrich, he is from Bremen in Germany. Just signed a couple days ago, 2 days ago in fact. Played his college ball at Wright State University. He played for Chattanooga in 2021. Chattanooga looking to make something here. Ray Ortiz to the end line. His cross flicked away. Aaron Lombardi chases it down by the corner flag. Lombardi trying to keep this play alive. He does. Lombardi again looking to combine with someone. Tries to turn the corner. It's neat work from him. It just spun off Carrera's foot before he could take it in cleanly. And put out for a goal kick. Much to the frustration of the home crowd again, but it looked like Juan Galindres agreed with the call. Just to finish the thought on Aaron Lombardi, or excuse me, on Jackson Dietrich, who just came in for Northern Colorado. Well, more on that in a moment. Bad turnover by Noco. Ray Ortiz now looking to serve in across, and this time it will be a corner for the home side. Boy, Northern Colorado not under much pressure, but gave it away needlessly at the back. And had to defend frantically. So now it will be a local Ford dealer's corner for Chattanooga. Ethan Vanacore-Decker just moved to Richmond Kickers from Northern Colorado last week for an international slot, and that international slot was filled by Jackson Dietrich. Meanwhile, his team defending here. The corner kick bounces all the way through. Dangerous for Northern Colorado, but they get away with it again. Now they look to spring a counter. They don't have many white shirts forward, though, and it fizzles out quickly. That's a neat ball, though. Norte over the top, and somehow it reaches Stefan Lukic. Lukic to Deju. Deju goes down looking for a penalty. Referee tells him to get up, and it's a goal kick. And the Chattanooga player saying he should be carded, and the referee agrees. Simulation in the estimation of John Motto, and so Jerry Deju goes into the book in the 80th minute. So Lukic, maybe a little more on that than Deju would have liked. Just going away from goal, trying to make something of that, trying to buy the penalty. TJ Benton shook his finger, saying no way. John Motto said, I agree with you. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. See if we have a goal and a winner tonight. Here's Lukic. Lukic still trying one more spin. Crowded out by a wave of red shirts. Stefan Lukic has looked dangerous since he came on. Hasn't had much to work with. Well, the first ever USL League champion will be crowned tonight in front of a sold-out crowd. Minnesota Aurora hosting South Georgia Tormenta for the trophy. They are 1-1 late in the second half. Go to USLWleague.com for more information on how to watch the rest of that match. They're in the 55th minute, so watch the rest of this one and then switch over for the last 25 minutes or so. Possibly more of that. Great first season of the USLW League. It's a sold-out crowd, too. Minnesota Aurora have had such a great debut season, both on and off the pitch. Such impressive community support for that club. Fun to see Tormenta having success at all levels of their organization as well. That W League team reaching the final in their first season. Oh, Deju wiped out there, and this is going to be a yellow card for Chattanooga. It'll be a free kick for Northern Colorado. Cardona, a hard foul as Deju went flying.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has presented the yellow card to Chattanooga's number 4, Nico Cardona.
So Cardona, the second player booked for Chattanooga tonight. DJ Benton still on a yellow as well. Deju, good speed, and Cardona knew what he was doing there as Deju had him beaten. Not the worst yellow to take under the circumstances, because Deju was off and running there. Would have had a chance to at least deliver in a dangerous cross. Meanwhile, Tormenta have retaken the lead against NCFC. That's the Tormenta League One men's side, of course. We were just talking about their W League team in that final, but in the League One action, Tormenta now with a 2-1 advantage over NCFC after North Carolina had just leveled that match a couple minutes prior. Sacramento just a handful of minutes away now, perhaps, from their second home victory of the season. Keziah Sterling scored that goal. Meanwhile, this free kick for Northern Colorado swung in well. It hit a defender on the edge of the 6-yard box. That ball was goalward. Not sure if Carlos Aviles would have been able to keep it out. He may have. We'll never know. Another great delivery from Arthur Rogers. Another one of those nearly moments. We've had a bunch of those tonight. Still haven't had a goal. Juan Galindrez hopes that changes. He's the kind of guy that can change it single-handedly. And what good skill for a moment by Ray Ortiz. Still not dead, this particular play. Carrera able to keep it alive. Here's Menzingen. He's had a quiet second half. The overlap attempt, and it goes all the way out. Jorge Paez unable to reach it. Good defending from Breck Evans to let it run out of play for a goal kick.
All kids for this evening's match are brought to you by Rodriguez Family and Cosmetic Dentistry.
See Greenville and Omaha 0-0. That went final. Greenville remaining atop the table. Nobody is invulnerable this year, though, in League One. Even Greenville, notably a week and a half ago, had a 4-0 advantage slip away and had to settle for a 5-5 draw. So even though they've been the class of the league again so far this season in terms of points, been far from invincible. Here's Menzingen. Menzingen looking to cut onto his left. It falls to Benton, who drills one wide. Sweet strike from DJ Benton, but it was always curling outside that left post. Menzingen. Shot was blocked. Benton put his laces through it. On Peñaranda ultimately untroubled. Continue to be a great crowd tonight. They've certainly done their part. Both sides have battled really well in these very hot conditions. And went tumbling there for Chattanooga. And the Red Wolves claiming there should have been a free kick. John Motto has been content to let the game run as much as possible tonight. He's been conservative with his whistles and his cards. Average number of cards per game has been up quite a bit this season in League One compared to last year. There is Jimmy Weekly again. Both teams have only used a couple of their substitutes. Have some remaining, but neither one appears to be getting anybody ready at the moment, as we have just a handful of minutes left tonight. Little run by Rogers, slips it out to Deju. His attempted cross came off the back of a defender again. Chattanooga have done so well tonight at getting bodies in the way of crosses and shots. Not sure who went down with an apparent cramp. Arthur Rogers waiting to take that ensuing throw. Now that was Lombardi. An interesting little attempt, and it results in a corner. Stefan Lukic, little back heel flick, and it came off a defender last, so corner kick for the visitors with just a couple minutes of the normal 90 remaining. Another opportunity for Arthur Rogers to put in a dangerous ball. This will be an outswinger, of course. Just aiming for Lukic at that near post. Didn't quite reach him. Rogers able to keep the play going, though. There's another great back heel flick around the corner for Rogers, who surges to the end line and is hauled down. That will be a free kick. Along that end line, just outside the box. This will be an interesting one to defend for Chattanooga. Wonderful play by Stefan Lukic. Ortiz has received
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has presented the yellow card.
a yellow card.
Number 13, Ray Ortiz.
Ray Ortiz is booked in the 89th minute. Again, this is a really interesting free kick upcoming. First, let's see the foul again. What a wonderful little back heel around the corner that was from Lukic. And Ortiz felt he had to bring Rogers down. It's a very close angle for this free kick. Slid in low, intended for Rogers, but it was read and intercepted by Andres Hernandez. Well done by Hernandez. Otherwise, that little training ground routine by Northern Colorado would have set up Arthur Rogers for a very good look. So for once, Rogers didn't take a set piece. They tried to sneak him in to be on the end of it, though. It almost worked, if not for the savvy play by Andres Hernandez. Approaching stoppage time. We'll see how many minutes of it we have. A free kick asked for by Northern Colorado, and they get it. Again, it was Aaron Lombardi penalized. There will be 6 added minutes at the end of this second half. So 6 minutes remaining for somebody to find a winner tonight. And if you're Chattanooga, you certainly hate to keep handing dead ball opportunities to Arthur Rogers. They've done so again here. All those white shirts lining up by the penalty spot. Free kick comes all the way across. And nobody in white able to get on the end of it. It's a goal kick. Or is it? No, it's a throw for Northern Colorado. Excuse me. I thought the referee was pointing for a goal kick. He was pointing for a throw instead. This attacking sequence still alive for Northern Colorado. Little drying of the hands there before taking this throw. Understandable in this kind of heat and humidity. Even though the sun's gone down, still very sticky and sweaty. Launched into the box. Volleyed away by Timmy Mayle. Is there another chance to come in stoppage time? Another 4.5 minutes remaining of it. Robles. Well, that stays in play, and Marky Hernandez is away down the left side. Hernandez crosses. It was scuffed. Oh, what a chance that was. I believe it was Lukic who was arriving, and he just couldn't make a clean connection with it. They continue, though. Lukic tussling for this one. Lukic keeps it in play. Lukic into the box. Switches to his right. Lukic back to his left. And it's kept out by Aviles. What a stop by Carlos Aviles to keep this goalless in stoppage time. Stefan Lukic, wonderful play. And nearly won it. It is a corner. Arthur Rogers again lines up to take. Rogers hangs it high. The header is wide. Rob Cornwall rose for it, but was unable to guide it on target. Well, Carlos Aviles just made what I suspect will turn out to be our Chattanooga Hotel save of the game. We'll bring that to you, of course, in our post-game show, which will be presented by Smart Bank. 3 minutes of stoppage time left. Chattanooga had the majority of the pressure and opportunities in the first half and early in the second half. It's Northern Colorado who have ended this game on the front foot. Had some really good looks over the last handful of minutes. Peñaranda taking his time before picking this ball up. Point on the road at Chattanooga wouldn't be a bad result for Northern Colorado. This is a free kick for Chattanooga, though, and Ricky Hernandez upset about that call. Hernandez has just been booked. I believe for the reaction rather than the initial foul. Substitution coming here for Chattanooga. Alex Tejera comes on, replacing Ray Ortiz. Tejera, another recent signing for Chattanooga. He joined the club a couple weeks ago. Tejera played his college soccer at Siena. He was an All-American there. Big, strong center forward. Could he get on the end of something in these last couple minutes? Great chest along there. It's Menzingen by the end line. It was poked out for a corner. Menzingen just dwelt on it a little too long, and his teammates were frustrated as they were lining up there in the box. Instead, Menzingen retreats to the corner flag to take this local Ford dealer corner kick as we enter the final minute of stoppage time. Crowd hoping to see a late winner for the home side. Menzingen's delivery toward the back post, headed toward goal, and it's scooped up by Peñaranda. Just eluded a Chattanooga foot, it appeared, as they hunted for that second ball. Peñaranda made sure there was no second ball. That might just about be it tonight. Both sides with some pretty good chances here in stoppage time. Aviles, who made that wonderful save a few minutes ago. Otherwise, Northern Colorado would be trying to see out a 1-0 win. All eyes turn to the referee, John Motto, as we've had the 6 minutes. We'll see how much more he chooses to allow. Benton taking the throw. Is there time for one more Chattanooga attack? Down that left side. Reaches Aaron Lombardi. Lombardi looking to cut his way in. Lombardi crosses. Headed away. Volleyed clear. John Motto. Motions for the throw. We play on. Lombardi again. Toward that corner flag. It's another throw. There won't be time to take it. Final whistle sounds. John Motto blows it 3 times. And that's it tonight as these two sides sweating and straining in the heat and the humidity, and neither side able to find the net tonight. For just the 7th time in this League One season, we end goalless as Chattanooga and Northern Colorado settle for a point apiece. And both remain on that playoff bubble. Jimmy Weekly shaking hands with Eamon Zayed. We'll enter our post-match presented by SmartBank. We'll bring you some full-time highlights in just a moment. First, we will see our shot of the match presented by Amigos Mexican Restaurant. Carlos Aviles. Well, in the first half, it was this save by Johan Peñaranda. This was early in the second half, excuse me. Great free kick by Jose Carrera. Got it up and down over the wall. Might have snuck under the crossbar, but Peñaranda made sure it didn't. So that is the shot of the match presented by Amigos. There was Ortiz, who had a couple great efforts from outside the box tonight as well.
7:30 p.m. kickoff here at CHI Memorial Stadium.
Ortiz had the most passes and crosses in the final third. He is our man of the match tonight, presented by ASA Engineering and Consulting. Definitely had a dangerous evening. Both these sides created plenty of moments of danger, but nobody able to provide that telling touch or finish. How about our save of the match tonight? That's presented by the Chattanooga Hotel. This came late on as Stefan Lukic worked his way into the box, cut onto the right, then back to his left. Worked that little half yard of space to get his shot away. And Aviles had to react with great reflexes and did, punching that ball over the bar and out. He saved a point for his side tonight. We'll take a break and come back with more of our Smart Bank post-match. We'll have highlights and stats and wrap things up in a moment.
If your tamer passions include climbing, hang gliding, and river surfing, some may call you a hair-on-fire risk taker. We'd say, nah. They might not realize you're also a nonconformist, craft curator, history buff, art-loving experience collector. But ask a Chattanoogan, we just call you one of us.
What's the latest buzz? It's Ford's fresh lineup of SUVs. Get great offers on the vehicles people are talking about, like Ford Escape, an SUV that drives like a car, Bronco Sport, where the terrain never intimidates, and Ford Explorer, the all-time best-selling SUV. Need we say more? Don't wait. Find out what all the buzz is about at your local Ford dealer. For the latest offers on Ford SUVs or to build and order your select Ford, visit your local Ford dealer today.
Good times, bad times, and everything in between. Your primary care doctor is with you all the way.
Welcome back one more time tonight. Our move of the match presented by Sunny 92.3. How about Rusty the Red Wolf at halftime? Great effort by him. Everybody on the pitch gave maximum effort tonight, including the mascot. Another great crowd at CHI Memorial Stadium this evening, but it ended goalless. They're ready for fireworks after this match. They deserve it. Let's see our highlights from these 90 minutes. We'll concentrate in the second half here as Chattanooga, again, started the second half brightly as they ended the first half. This ambitious attempt from outside the box just flashed a bit wide. It was a really good attempt, but just didn't find quite enough curl on it. Ortiz. And then this free kick from Jose Carrera, again forcing a nice save out of Johan Peñarando. Had another excellent match. Starting in the absence of the suspended starting goalkeeper for Northern Colorado, and acquitted himself very well as he did in the second half last week. Just keeping that corner kick out. And then in the 70th minute, Northern Colorado, it was their turn to attack. Marky Hernandez, who was dangerous in this match when he had opportunities to be, and that was really the best chance Northern Colorado had. Stefan Lukic, I think that cross was just a little bit behind him. Otherwise, that's the kind of look he normally buries. And then later, Lukic would create a moment of danger all by himself, checking onto that left and then nearly beating Carlos Aviles, but Aviles able to get that hand up and bat it out of play, just punching it over the bar and ensuring his side walked out of here with a point tonight. Our final match stats: 15 shots for Chattanooga, 7 of them on target. Normally you see those kinds of statistics, you'd expect at least one goal, but it didn't happen for the Red Wolves this evening. 10 shots, just 1 on frame for Northern Colorado, and again it took them until stoppage time to put that shot on target. That was Lukic's look that we showed you a moment ago. 55-45, the final possession favoring the home side. Here's your updated table, as the point apiece leaves these sides still in 6th and 7th, respectively. So it's Chattanooga still in a playoff spot for now. Northern Colorado, by virtue of the tiebreaker, with fewer wins than Chattanooga, just on the outside looking in at the moment, but still 13 matches left for both of them. Still tons of ups and downs to come for every team in the league over the second half of this season. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage here tonight. For our entire great production crew, I'm Donnie Barnes saying good night from CHI Memorial Stadium, where it ended tonight. Chattanooga Red Wolves SC 0, Northern Colorado Hailstorm 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.